Hey everyone, thanks for coming back to the BNS channel. So today is day four since I quit smoking. First, I want to kind of give you an update about how I've been feeling. I actually have been getting requests from people that you guys are wanting these videos more often, and once a week isn't going to be enough. But I'm not sure I can do more than once a week, so you might have to be patient with me. Yesterday was probably the first day that I can say that I was back to Edie. I'm actually going to give myself 100% better as of yesterday, and today is no different. I'm feeling a lot more energized. I'm feeling a lot clearer. You know, I might say 99% because I still have a little bit of a headache going on, but it's funny because when you live with headaches, you kind of live with headaches and you don't notice them as much anymore. So that being said, today is day four. Day 1, 2, and 3, they weren't horrible. And you know, you have to understand, guys, I was not a heavy smoker. I averaged probably about 10 cigarettes a day, sometimes more. And honestly, sometimes less. During the week, Ben is not here. I'm by myself with the animals. And if I'm keeping busy, I don't smoke much. My time that I find is hardest is right before bed. I literally had a habit, and I guess I didn't. I guess I realized it, but it wasn't something that I was so conscious of. This is happening too. But I wasn't really focused on the fact that right before bed, I literally would go outside, have 2 cigarettes, and then go straight to bed. And the only thing that I could potentially do is have a drink of water and then head off to bed. And it was kind of that habit and that routine. And if anything happened between the garage and the bedroom, meaning that something happened in the kitchen or I got distracted or whatever, there were many times I'd head right back out, have another cigarette to like solidify that routine, and then head to bed. And that would happen often, and I would laugh about it because I would think it was funny. It's like, oh, I'll have another cigarette before I go to bed. But now that I'm not smoking, I was really conscious about that. And I'm going to tell you that Monday, Tuesday, last night wasn't so bad. But Monday and Tuesday night were really hard because I was I was literally sitting here at the computer being like, I really want to go to bed, but I don't know what to do. I feel that I need to go out and have a cigarette so that I can finish that routine and then head to bed. And so Monday night, the first night, I had talked to Ben on the phone like I do every night. And he said, you know, Edie, there's some patches that are left over from when we tried to quit last time in the cupboard. He says, maybe you should just like cut one in half, because that was like at around 7 p.m. So I thought, well, maybe it's a little too late for that. But I cut one in half and I put one on. I don't know that it really helped because I don't think that it was on long enough. But then I remembered that I had my vape pen or my e-cig. And so that was kind of what I did. So I took my e-cigarette. I did go outside with Leo because he loves to go in the garage at night. And I had probably about 10 or 12 drags off of the e-cigarette. It did give me kind of that rush that you get from smoking. And so then I came in, put it down, and went to bed. Now, and of course I took the patch off before I went to bed. So then Tuesday I got up and I thought, okay, I'm going to put the patch on right away. Maybe that'll help with the cravings. So I cut, and the ones that I have are the 21 mg nicotine patches. So cutting it in half is like, I don't know, whatever. I don't even want to count it. You all know, you can do the calculation. So anyway, cut it in half, put it on, and Yeah, it did. I mean, it definitely kept the cravings pretty much at bay. And then Tuesday night, again, I had the e-cig before I went to bed, and I probably only took about 4 to 6 drags off of that on Tuesday night. Took my patch off and went to bed. So I woke up yesterday morning, and said, I'm just going to do the patch. There's not going to be any e-cig. I've got to figure out a new habit. I've got to figure out how this is going to work. And so I did half a patch. And I can successfully say that last night I did not have any drags, or yesterday I didn't have any drags off of my e-cig at all. What I ended up doing, and I kind of just eliminated a piece of the routine, but I still went outside. I let Leo kind of run around a little bit in the garage, and then we came in, I had my sip of water, and I went to bed. So the routine is still there. And part of that is because when Ben comes home this weekend, he's a smoker. And it's going to be tough, right? Because I'm going to be around him smoking, and one of our times that we, kind of chat and talk about stuff is when we're hanging out in the garage. So we're going to have to find an alternative for that, or I'm just going to have enough willpower or lack of desire to smoke, but to hang out with him in the garage anyway. I pray and someday that he will quit as well. And the cravings really were not bad yesterday. Now, I will say that the doctor had told me, because I was a light smoker, that the first week was going to be all about changing your habits. And the second week was going to be when the cravings and stuff were going to happen, because your body's going to finally say, hey, it's been about a week now. Are you not going to give me another cigarette? So now I will say that there's a couple things that are happening. Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday, my throat hurt so bad, as if like I had smoked like 5 packs in a day. Today it doesn't seem so bad, but I'm seeing and hearing a lot of this clearing that's happening now. So I'm sure my lungs are kind of starting to clear themselves. I have this really fun app. It's called, well, I've got 2 of them. One is called Smoke Free, and the other one is called Butt Out. And on Smoke Free, I didn't pay for it. I got the free version. There is a dashboard, and hopefully this is going to come out properly for you. So on the dashboard, it keeps flipping around, and it tells me how much money I will save for the year, how much money I have saved so far, how many cigarettes I haven't smoked, how many hours I've added to my life. So there's some fun information, and this one doesn't seem to be flipping up here. But here up top is how much I've saved so far. So this is a fun little app. And every time I have a craving, I can push the button down here that says, boy, I'm off this morning, huh? There's a little button down here that says craving, and it just adds another craving to my day or whatever. This one is called Butt Out. And this one is actually kind of neat because, oh, yay! Because it gives me some other tools to look at. So like it tells me when my nicotine levels have been set, my carbon monoxide has been rejuvenated, my sense of taste and smell have been rejuvenated. There's one that's risk of tooth loss, which I really don't know that I was aware of that. My risk of heart disease, lung health, cravings, and circulation. So my circulation is starting to change a little bit, which is fun. My lung health, not yet. My cravings, not so much. But all my nicotine levels, which I'm not believing that because I had been wearing the patch and doing the e-cig, so that's not 100% correct. Carbon monoxide is completely clear, so now my blood is starting to do more oxygen, and my sense of taste and smell have come back 100%. Now, at the top, it shows how many fatalities from smoking there have been since I quit smoking, the money I've saved, and amount of cigarettes that I have not smoked. So it's kind of a neat little app. It's a nice little visual. One of the things I heard today, though, is, you know, as a smoker, we know why we shouldn't smoke. We're not dumb, right? We know that it can cause cancer. We know that it can cause heart disease and strokes and all. We're not stupid. We know these things. It's not like we pick up a pack of cigarettes and say, oh, really? It's going to do that to you? It even says it on the package. The problem is that, and this is something I learned today. So I'm doing a blog as well on this. So if you want to follow my blog, then you should do that. And I'll put the link in the info bar below because I am doing a daily blog for my quit smoking cessation. One of the things that I learned today, and I was looking through some videos online, and this gentleman named Alan Carr created some kind of a quit smoking program. And I don't know what it is. I just heard some testimonials today, so I don't know exactly what it is, but the gist of it, I think, is primarily mindset. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. But one of the statistics that they shared was that 5% addiction from smoking is from the nicotine. 5%. 95% of the addiction is in our processing of the habits, the desire to need it, the wanting of it, the feeling that you get from it. It's all here. And that blew me away that only 5% of the addiction comes from nicotine. The other thing that I heard, which I don't know how true this is, but in the UK, supposedly, they've used nicotine to actually put animals to sleep. So like having an injection of nicotine right into your blood can actually kill you. I did not know that. And I don't know the validity of that, but it was something that was shared in that video from the documentary that I watched this morning. So that's kind of some intriguing information. So if only 5% is based on our nicotine addiction, and 95% of it is based on us and the thoughts that we have based on smoking, you all know, I believe that you can change that. I mean, you know, I'm a big advocate of training our brain. Do you know why? Our brains are a muscle, right? What do most people do when they go to a gym? They're training their muscles to be more fit, to be more reactive to things, to be able to withstand and be able to endure more, right? Our brain is a muscle. Why are we not doing that with our brain? I mean, granted, we don't have something that we can lift and stuff, but the thought process within our brain is the muscle that's being used. So, yeah, that could be a totally different video. But I totally believe in this stuff. And it's not stuff. It's part of our conscious mind, our subconscious mind, and I've proven it over and over again with my own thing, and I'm proving it today, and I'm going to tell you why. So this morning I woke up, and Leo was whining because he had to go pee-pee. So I had to be rushed a little bit more in my morning ritual of sitting on the side of the bed and being grateful for everything that is going to happen to me today. And part of my new gratitude is the fact that I am no longer smoking and that it's getting easier and easier every day. It's just not even something I think about. I don't have a desire for it. And I'm going to get through this easier than anybody else has ever done. And as I was thinking about it this morning, and before I watched these videos, by the way, it was a remarkable feeling to know that I was only on day 4 and that I was already going to tell myself that today I'm not wearing a patch. I don't need it. I don't need the patch today. Now, granted, it's still only, 9 o'clock in the morning and I haven't gone through my worst part of the day, but I'm not going to need it anymore. So last night I didn't use the e-cig. Yesterday I never used the e-cig. Today, I'm not going to use either the patch or the e-cig. And you know what? It's going to be totally easy. I'm not going to have any issues. Ben's coming home tonight. It's not going to be an issue. I'm going to be totally, totally fine without it. And when I have a moment that I think I'm craving it, they only last 10 to 15 minutes. The cravings only last 10 to 15 minutes. So find something to do in that 10 to 15 minute time frame and you won't think about it. That's where I'm at. So I'm not here to teach you guys how to quit smoking. That's for sure. I am not a professional yet. But it doesn't mean that down the road I might not be able to help people quit, right? So I'm just thinking that you need to think of, or not think about, but look up Alan Carr, Easy Way to Quit Smoking. And it's CARR. I think they're onto something. I'm kind of curious to see what else they have to offer. I'm going to probably look at some more videos this afternoon. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm feeling better. I'm on day 4. Do I notice any changes in my body? The only thing that I'm noticing is my throat. That it seems that I need to clear it more often. I don't feel any difference in my lungs yet. I always thought I could taste really well, but I suppose maybe we'll figure that out when we have some really delicious tasting, water your mouth kind of food, because I've been by myself all week not making that kind of stuff. So we'll see. But I know that internally, the fact that this is day 4 without cigarettes, my oxygen level in my blood has started to rise again. So the carbon monoxide has dissipated out of my blood and giving more room for oxygen to come in. And that's a pretty exciting thing that we don't actually get to see, right? You know, because look at this. If I can see that. See that big bruise right there? Do you know what that's from? That's from them trying to get an IV. I had bruises all over the place. See right here, it's all discolored. And I mean, I was really knocked over with, you know, a lot of the why am I having such a hard time showing you this? Anyway, but that's because my veins were so difficult to get to. And one of the main reasons for that is because of smoking. My veins used to be really easy to get to. And I think over time they have just started to roll and they're not easy to get to anymore. So I'm really, you know, to me, this is a visual of what I could be doing inside of my body, because it just, I mean, look how horrible that is. That's just yucky. And it was actually worse than that. You know, this is a whole week of it not being purple and blue. It's now kind of brown and burgundy. All right, guys, I will see you on the next video, whether it's Scentsy or a vlog or my Monday Munchies. Have an amazing day, everybody, and thanks for joining me.